All right, I like that, man. Hey, something new. There you go.
Let's go with it then, champ.
Yeah.
Hashtag dogs us. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? You come back with a brand new beat and stuff. What's happening? Might have to send. Maybe the next time we have to send you to Canada somewhere. You see what you go back there and shit.
Boy, yeah, dog us, boy. Hey, man,
So,
what's going on?
so whose track is that? I know it's got to be an original.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's actually a song that my cousin made for me.
Okay.
Dog was coming. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job, man. I like that.
Oh man, yeah. We got a few of them. We're gonna start popping it. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. I saw Scully. Scully was on there a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I see. Seems like COVID is on the rise up there in Michigan. What's going on, man?
Wow, for real. I mean, shoot, I didn't know that. I've been out of town, so I've been out of town.
Yeah. Michigan got more cases than anybody in the country right now.
Oh well, it's been like that. It was like that in the beginning, wasn't it?
No. We had the most to begin with. It was California, New York, and Florida and Texas.
Wow.
But it seems like it's kind of just in the Northeast, from Michigan and to New York, kind of that upper tier, and it's actually in the younger people. By younger, I mean people your age and down to your sons.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're gonna survive it. Then the younger people, man, be having them strong genes. So
Well, a lot of them, they blame it on travel. Young people like to go and stuff like that. But I mean, out here, things are kind of getting back to normal, and people are thinking about getting back to more sports events, which means boxing. So we're hoping that things open up a little bit more here on the West Coast. We're not going to be like Texas and open everything up. They showed all those people at the Texas Ranger game yesterday. So most of them without masks. But the good news is that numbers are going down, and most of the country is starting to open up. As of April 19th, I think it's either the 19th or the 16th. The vaccine is supposed to be available to anyone that wants it. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
But I think that things are in the sports are moving up. I'm waiting. Remember, I forgot that we had scheduled your boy this week.
Who?
What's his name? I talked to him for a minute last week. The Ben Askren guy.
Oh, you talking about Ben Askren?
No, not Askren. What's his name?
The hater, the little guy named.
Yeah. Scully, what's going on, my man?
Scully, what's up,
going on? What's happening?
Right. Scully in our neighborhood was something else. You told somebody you was getting Scully, it meant something else.
I wanted to talk to Scully about the 2-time heavyweight champ Dylan White.
Oh. What happened?
Scully has some very Scully, maybe you want to talk about this. I mean,
I'm saying, like, no offense, and you got to understand, when I say these type of things about the sanctioned bodies and the titles, I'm not putting down any fighters. I'm not against fighters or anything, but the fact that Dillian White can be considered a 2-time heavyweight champion in history is a crime against boxing. It's not right. I mean, we're talking about Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali, and then you got, you know, Tim Witherspoon and Riddick Bowe and these guys, but you know, they're silver titles, they're emeritus titles, they're regular titles. They're not real. Like there's no one on the face of this earth who considers anyone other than Tyson Fury as heavyweight champ. And you've got Joshua, they can unify, but Dillian White being considered a champion is wrong. It's wrong with our sport. It's ruining. And I'm saying ruining our sport, period.
All right. Well, who said he was a champion? They said he a champion or what? I didn't know.
Yeah, like WBC interim or something.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah.
And he's two-time. This is the second time he won it. He's two-time interim champion.
They're trying to make money. You already know. You know what it is.
He's got a belt. This man has a belt. Even though Tyson Fury is alive on this earth, Dillian White has a belt. It's not right. Like I am so tired. I'm so sick of it. It's embarrassing. Yeah. We embarrass ourselves by doing this. It's insanity. I'm embarrassed for our sport.
Man. Well, hey, that's why Jake Paul and them guys getting over now. That's why they can come to the sport and do what they do.
Yeah.
No union. Yeah. We need a union. Hey, we need a union.
We need something. We need jail time or something. We gotta put somebody in jail for this. I mean, this is crazy.
If they ain't put Margarita in jail.
I told you before, but listen to this. This is a fact. And you know me. I took my time and I Googled it and I researched it. I wrote it down. I might have mentioned it last week. There's been more. The boxing, basically the first heavyweight champion, I believe, was 1885, right? Okay. In the first 100 years, there have been more champions since 1985 than there were in the first 100 years of boxing. So we're talking about 36 years, right? So in the last 36 years, there have been more champions than the previous 100. Think about what I'm saying to you. Previous 100 years, that's not right. And people are going to, they might think the guys are better. Like, oh, yeah, there's so many champions. I go, no, they're not real. These are not real. They're not better. They're not better at all. It's crazy. It's not right.
You got 1 million belts. It was only a few belts back then. Now you can get fight for the interim, the super champion.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Then people don't even realize that. Like, I'm sure there's fans of Dillian White who don't even realize, because he has the WBC belt. He wears it. He brings it around with him, I'm sure, for pictures. They don't realize he's not the real champion. Could you imagine trying to explain to someone, if someone says, well, how is Dillian White the champion? I thought Tyson Fury was. Imagine trying to explain that to them so that they could understand it. You can't do it. It would be like the Lakers winning the NBA championship, and then, you know, the Celtics go, yeah, but we won the NBA championship of the other group. And then you couldn't explain that. It's not right. I don't think the people, I honestly believe, I don't think the people with the sanctioning body can explain it. I don't think they could make a good case for it. They just want that sanction money. It is what it is. They want that money, and they're getting
There you go. Because just like the NBA finals, like you said, you get one champion in NBA. Right. That's it. Yeah. We all need one champion. Just one champion.
Right. And you know what? Well, I'll tell you what. People say, well, there's more opportunity for fighters. I go, listen, it's a proven fact. I'll challenge anyone on this earth who wants to challenge me on it. There were 10 times more professional fighters in 1955 than there are today. They're 10 times more. And they had one world champion. They did just fine. Everybody, the people who needed to get a shot got the shot. Now we have 4 belts and they can't figure it out. People can't figure it out. But back in 1955, with way more fighters on this earth than there are today, and they figured it out, and they worked just fine. And only the best guys got the shots.
Yeah, exactly. But now, you know, these fighters now are spoiled, man. I mean, spoiled to death. I mean, they won't fight each other. You got to give me 100 million. No, I'm not fighting. 100 million?
Yeah.
I'm not fighting. Give me 100 million. I'm not fighting. Well, I'll just vacate. I'll vacate. I got a fan base.
Right. You know what? Think about what you just said. I'll vacate. Yeah. People vacate. Back in the day, nobody vacated their title unless, extraordinary circumstances. They wanted to be a world champion. It was gold to them. That was their life. And I remember, beautiful story, right? Archie Moore fighting against Rocky Marciano. His last, Marciano's last fight. Moore dropped him. It was a great fight. Moore's getting beat up, and the referee came over, wanted to stop the fight. In the corner. And Archie Moore said to him, "Listen, I'm a champion. I'm a world champion. I'm going out like a world champion." And he went out. He got knocked out the next round. He went out like he wanted to, like you're supposed to. There was no such thing as just quitting on the stool when you could still fight. They like the championship, even losing in a championship fight meant something to Archie Moore on a deeper level. These guys aren't feeling that level today. They're not. They're giving up the belt for all kinds of reasons.
Wilder tried to continue, even though, Mark Breeden said, "Hey, no, that's enough." Wilder tried to keep, he's a throwback fighter. He wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
He wanted to keep going. He said, "Man, I want to go out on my shield."
Right.
Yeah, so but that might be a different situation. Now, Mark Breeden kind of knew what was going on. He's an actual former world champion.
Yeah, I mean, Wilder was getting. Well, I'll say this much: I turned the fight on in the third round.
Yeah.
And halfway through the fourth round, whoever I was with, my friend or whatever, and I told him, "No way, this goes the distance. Like he's going to get a beat down, and Fury's going to get stronger." And I could see it after one round of watching it. The handwriting was on the wall. It wasn't going to get better because Wilder doesn't have that extra. He has the power, and when that can't help him, he doesn't have the skills and the wherewithal to overcome. And he wasn't overcoming Fury. Fury was pushing him around like a baby. And sometimes you just know. And Mark did a great thing. Mark, in my eyes, Mark saw what was happening because I saw it. I saw it around before that. I was like, well, they're gonna stop it at any time now. So I honestly didn't even know what the big deal was about them stopping it. I know Wilder's pride was hurt, but he's come up with some of them. It's almost like he came up with a couple excuses. They didn't really go over that well, so he said, man, I got to come up with something better. So he did he's done like 5 of them over the course of a couple months, and none of them really flew. So I didn't have any problem with the stoppage because I was waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, shoot. Think about it. It's an art. Tell me, am I right or wrong? Is it an art in holding? Because it might come a time you might have to hold. And
well, you know what? He's such a killer.
Exactly.
That he never had to hold. Just like with Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray the first time. Holding to some people like that might be a sign of weakness. You know what I mean? Like Ali perfected it. Different guys perfected it.
Yeah.
Guys like Wilder, Foreman, different guys like that in Foreman's first career. They're not trying to hold because it makes them look weak, and they never had everybody scared of them anyway in sparring. Probably they never really had anybody. They never had a reason to hold on. And then when they needed to, they didn't know what to do.
That's true. You got. Hey, listen. I'll be like in a minute. Get over here. Let me holler at you. Hit me that hard.
Yeah.
Hey man, stop all that. What's wrong with you?
So Scully, what did you think about Canelo's? Not Canelo, but Oscar's announcement that he's going to be fighting July 3rd.
It's so pointless. It's pointless. Like there's no rhyme or reason for it. I understand it's like a hot thing to do now. You get the money and you miss that publicity, but there's no way he could fight the elite. We know that. There's no way. There's no way. If anybody, remember in the movie Rocky and Mickey said, you got civilized. If there's any fighter on earth who got civilized, it's Oscar, and you're not coming back at your age for that. No way.
Okay. Now, Scully, you know, I've been kind of thinking about this, and I know this is one of those wild theories that sometimes, you know, old men come up with. Some of y'all call them conspiracy theories. But I'm thinking Canelo only has about 4 more fights left on his contract.
With who?
I think that would be the end of him on the zone, I guess, as far as them streaming him or having his pay-per-view rights, because he's promoting himself.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is, you know, after you look at all these exhibition bouts and stuff like that, you got Roy Jones talking about you know, him and Canelo. You got you know, of course, K9 talking about, you know, him and Canelo. But I'm thinking here, business, and you know, as you guys always say, you know, we're not in the boxing business so much anymore as the entertainment business. So, just throwing this out there, what about for Canelo's last fight on this little contract here? And I'm going back to some of Oscar's words. What if Canelo and Oscar fought on that last bout?
Well, boxing people know that it would be a mismatch. It would be ridiculous. But just like the Conor McGregor fight with Floyd, there are people who hear the name De La Hoya. They don't realize how long it's been since he fought. Like you know, people hear about him and they would think he's still Oscar from 20 years ago. And there's people who would buy the fight. There's a lot of people who would buy the fight. There's people who know Oscar's going to get killed and they would buy it just to see that, you know, just to see the train wreck. So there's many ways they could sell it. So it's an example of it could be a success, but it wouldn't mean anything. Like a win over Oscar at this point means nothing. Like less than it means nothing, zero. It would do nothing for Canelo. Period.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I don't
right. But money wise, like you said,
all right. There's people, but just like I always say, they're gonna make a lot of money, but none of it's gonna be mine.
I hear you. You said, I'm Beasley in the house. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know Liney Beasley. You don't know Liney Beasley. I bet you Scully know who Liney Beasley is.
He knocked out Charles Brewer in the first round.
Oh,
I told you. Hey, don't mess with Scully, man. I'm telling you, Scully.
It was on USA Tuesday Night Fights.
Yeah, Scully be on it.
Hey, you know, quiet as kept. Scully probably know his shoe size, what color his trunks were when he got in there, and who was the referee. But I'm not going to ask you.
9.5, blue, and Steve Smoker.
See. Yeah. Hey, Scully, you the man, Scully. Whenever we want history, we come and talk to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So why Lonnie Beasley never did fight Michael Nunn? Michael second to none.
Well, he was a little bit after at middleweight. You know, he was around 93. Nunn was up at super middleweight.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, he was a little. I think he fought Brewer. I think it was 93, 94, probably 93.
Yeah. Hey, but the stablemate James Toney knocked out Michael Nunn.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, he had. Hey, Jackie Kelly, she don't get enough credit for being an actual great manager. He had a great stable.
Yeah, I mean, nobody thought James was going to win that fight, you know, at the time. You know, it's amazing how great James turned out to be because he was losing that fight, you know, almost every round. Yeah. And if he doesn't catch Nunn, they only have a round and a half to go and Nunn wins. And the way the boxing business is, James may never have been as great as he was because of, you know, he might not have got the opportunity right away or whatever happens. So, timing is everything, circumstances, and he took advantage. If anybody ever took advantage of an opportunity and spun it in his direction going forward, that was James Toney. Like, he was not supposed to win that fight. He was a huge underdog.
Yeah.
And he won it and ended up being one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Absolutely. And like you say, fighters, when they become world champion, he's a great example of how good they become, how better you become as a fighter.
Right. Yeah. James is unbelievable. James at his best, we saw the best of James, but not nearly consistent enough. If James Toney was consistent, if he had that mindset, he's already an all-time great. But man, what he could have done is, he never would have lost to Drake Dadzie. There's certain fights he just never would have lost. Period.
Right. Yeah. What about when he fought against didn't he beat Evander Holyfield?
Yeah, he brutalized him. He stopped him.
Yeah. Not many people can say that.
And I tell you what's funny about James, he did it and he looked like he was sparring with an amateur. Yeah. Like, he did it. He's so calm. His facial expression never changed. And that's like, if you tell someone, a former middleweight who used to usually weigh around 157 is going to move up and dominate and stop Evander Holyfield, nobody will believe it. And he did it, but he was almost like he didn't even need to try. He was just sparring. He was just working. I mean, James is an incredible guy, incredible fighter. Just that little bit of discipline that he lacked, cost him. I mean, and it's amazing because even with that, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, for sure.
Yeah. Who you say has the better shoulder roll, Floyd Mayweather or James Toney? Both guys from Michigan.
I say James. I mean, James did damage. Like, Floyd touched you. He made contact repeatedly, but James was hurting people with the shoulder roll and blasting. I'll tell you what, though, it's funny you mentioned that. I'll tell you who's, and I don't know if you know him, but Joey Dojeko. Do you know Joey Dojeko? He's a Polish heavyweight from Philadelphia. He's a Polish kid. He's only about 5'10". They call him the Tank because he's 5'10", but he's like 240, and he's rock solid. If you saw him, he looks like a guy who would fight you in a cage somewhere. Like, he looks like a mean wrestler, right? That is one of the slickest, sharpest. He's the one. Do you remember when the rumor was going that Anthony Joshua got dropped in the gym before the Fury fight?
Yeah.
That's Joey Dojeko. That's the one who did it. Joey Dojeko has a shoulder roll like James Toney.
Wow.
He's 5'10", a short white kid with, he's kind of chunky. Yeah. He's got a shoulder roll. You should check him out sometime. His shoulder rolls like James Toney. Like, he's amazing with it. Yeah, he's amazing with it.
Oh, you have to be his name again. When we get off the show.
Look up. He just knocked the guy out the other day, like 2 days ago. Yeah. It's on YouTube, I'm sure. And he caught the kid with the shoulder roll. It was so pretty. Like, the guy threw a big right hand. Yeah. He rolled with it like he was a Georgie Benton. He rolled with it and countered, and just really pretty stuff.
Is his name like Daweg?
Yeah, exactly. Dojeko. DWA. Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I think we had him on the show a couple. Well, it was probably sometime last year, because that's how I remembered the name, because it was spelled so unusually. Yeah.
Well, if you see him, if you know him, if you see him in person, his look and his style, you'd never believe it. Like, he looks like a little banger. Like, he's short for a heavyweight, and he just looks like an animal. Like, he'd go toe to toe. He's one of the slickest, prettiest. I mean, his shoulder rolls right there with James Toney. Really pretty stuff.
Hey,
I'm gonna write that down and see if we can get him on the show.
Look at his last fight. He did it to the kid, and the fight was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I do remember the name. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can't get him back on the dog pound here. Especially, we might not have been live when we had him on the show.
Let me say this right here before I leave the screen. Key Jason wants to know, can we talk about Gerald McCullough? I know I saw Gerald McCullough and James Toney spar. I probably was there when I was a kid. Who do you think would have won if they fought?
I think I would go with James. I would go with James. Okay. I mean, James is rock solid chin. You know, Gerald's a great fighter. No, don't get me wrong. You know, he's lethal. You know, but he could be outboxed. People forget. I mean, Gerald got outboxed by Ralph Ward and Dennis Milton. You know, in you know, as you know, not like in a 6-round fight. I mean, in main event type fights. You know, Gerald is great, but James Toney's James Toney. You know, James would know how to. You know, he negated. Look, James Toney negated the power of Iran Barkley, Murky Sosa, Evander Holyfield, Hasim Rahman. I mean, those guys were banging him out. So I think Gerald will have problems.
But Roy Jones beat Gerald McCullough. But Gerald McCullough beat Roy Jones.
No, Gerald beat Roy.
That's what I'm talking about. Gerald beat Roy, but Roy beat James. So they styles-based fights, right?
Yeah, well, in the Gerald beat Roy in the amateurs, and I was at the fight. That was a war. Roy didn't box Gerald. Roy went to war with Gerald. It was a war.
It was a war.
And I'll tell you this: I saw Gerald in the gym 1 month later, exactly a month later, and we were all in the gym. Roy was there. David Sewell was there, and we were all sparring. And Gerald wasn't sparring. And I wanted to get some work with him. And I asked him, and he said, "Nah." He said, "My jaw is still messed up from the fight with Roy, so he couldn't spar."
Wow. Wow. Roy had some killer instinct in him then.
Oh no, Roy. Let me tell you, Roy and Gerald was a dog fight. Anybody who was there will tell you Roy was sitting down banging with Gerald 100%. Roy was not boxing; he was banging with Gerald 100%.
What weight class was this?
156.
Ooh, my weight class. Ooh. Wow. Dang. Yeah. Ain't that sad though what happened to Gerald? What if Gerald was still alive though? Do you think that Gerald could have been one of the greatest fighters? I mean, he still was one of the best. Maybe still the greatest. But how far you think Gerald McCullough could have went?
Yeah, no, he knocked out the hardest puncher maybe in history twice. Gerald was unlimited. But I'll tell you a quick story. You know Tarek Salmasi, of course, right? Tarek tells me the story. He said, oh no, not Tarek, it was Bronco McCart.
Okay.
Bronco McCart told me he was in Kronk one day.
Yeah.
And he didn't know who Gerald was. And Gerald came up to him and asked him if he wanted to spar.
Yeah.
And Bronco said no. And he goes, oh man, he said Gerald was mad and like yelled at him, right? And he told me, he goes, listen, he goes, I saw Gerald go up to everybody in the gym, including a world-ranked middleweight and a former heavyweight contender, and everybody said no. So he was like, I don't know who this guy is, but if these guys don't want to box with him, then I don't either. And he didn't box with Gerald.
Hey, I remember Gerald when I was at Crunk's. Gerald walked around like this. Somebody up, man. He was real. I was like, man,
he was a predator. Gerald was mean. He was a predator,
man.
And everybody said, if you spar with Gerald, you got to prepare to fight for your life because he's going to try and kill you.
Man, yep. That's how it was down at Crunk's. Period. Everybody tried to kill each other. Hey,
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how it was. Boy, real wars. I'm telling you. Listen, Scully, and you know yourself, the Crunk wars, the Crunk sparring were better than these fights here nowadays.
Well, I talked to Milt McCrory about that a couple months ago, and he told me, he said, you go there and you see Tommy Hearns fighting for his life. Like just everybody, it didn't matter who you were, what your level, how rich you were, how high ranked you were. If you sparred somebody there, they were trying to win. And he said they'd be on the ring side, they'd be banging on the ring, clapping and cheering like a real fight. So I would have loved to spar there. That would have been something. But yeah, they say it was like real fights, especially if it was a name, somebody with a good name.
Oh man, listen, I used to be down there going at it, banging with some of everybody. I miss those days, boy. And the walls used to sweat. It was so hot down there. The walls are sweat. You come in there with your kid, you come in there with your kid, and you be next thing you know, you like this. Hey, you were literally, the walls will put you to sleep. It was so hot. So you sleep right here like this, and somebody in the ring sleep. Man, I miss those days.
Yeah, Scully, what's up with Michael Nunn? I know he's been out for a while, and you guys have been in touch. I think they were trying to get him. Weren't you guys trying to get him to Chicago reunion or something like that?
Right. Well, he's been he's been getting around a little bit. He was in Los Angeles not too long ago, and he was able to reconnect with some guys. He actually hung around quite a bit with Henry Tillman out there when they were together. The next time I'm definitely gonna see Michael is the West Coast Hall of Fame, which is in Los Angeles in October. He's gonna be there. Paul Banky, Henry Tillman, all those California guys are going to be out there. So, but he's been getting around, and he seems like he's doing pretty good. Every time I talk to him, he sounds just happy to be alive.
That's great. That's great. Hey, as always, man, it's always good to get you on the show, and I thought we'd open it up with with your favorite heavyweight story.
I want to go ahead. Ask him a couple more questions.
Okay, but I laughed. I actually laughed for 2 days, Scully, when you put that up on Facebook. But go ahead, Kate.
No, I just want to know, who do you say was a baby version? I want to know if you can remember or think who I'm thinking about. A baby version of a Mike Tyson. And his name, go ahead. His name start with a D.
A D. A baby version. I mean, as a heavyweight.
The heavyweight, yeah.
Heavyweight.
It's a D.
Well, the kid. He looked like him. He always said he was related to him. What was his name? Cliff Kowser. Remember Cliff Kowser?
I remember him.
And he swore he was related to Tyson, but he looked just like him. He tried to fight like him. He wore the black trunks, everything.
Tyson knocked him out though, didn't he?
So, he got beat a few times. He didn't
out. He got knocked out
at that level.
Be like, no, the DT guy I'm talking about is David Tua.
Oh yeah. Ooh, but he was so blocky, Tua was so big. Tua. Remember when Tua fought Chris Bird?
Yes.
And what I always remember about that, and it shows you how unique boxing is. Like, it was a great knockout. And after the fight, Chris was on TV getting interviewed, and he couldn't understand why they stopped it. And he's like, I could have kept going. And everybody's like, what's he talking about? And they showed the replay, and he's like, see, I'm making a miss. And then they go, well, wait a second. And all of a sudden, he saw himself get hit with the bomb. And Chris is like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Good stop.
Hey, did you know he's coming back, though, right? He's down to
I saw that. But he's talking about fighting at 160.
Yes, he lost a lot of weight, man. I'm telling you. Oh, boy.
But that's not at that age. I don't agree with that at all.
Man, hey, look, how do you get down in that weight, man? Hey,
I think he's a vegan, and I could understand getting down in weight, and he probably feels great. Yeah. He probably feels tremendous, but feeling great and boxing professional is two different things.
Yeah, he fought down there at 160 when he first came back. Was about 7-8 years ago, maybe 10.
No. He went to light heavyweight. He fought Sean George.
Yeah. He looked at
and even then, the drop to light heavy, you could see he had no legs at all. Now you're not gonna suddenly go to 160 at 50 years of age and have legs. Like I like Chris. Chris is a great guy, nice person. What he did in his career is unbelievable. But if I'm his friend, I'm telling him there's no way in the world he should do this. There's no chance. Forget it.
If he wanted to fight you in an exhibition, would you do it?
I mean, an exhibition, you know, like, yeah, but I couldn't get down to 160. You know, like, yeah, we're gonna have to be heavier.
Where you at?
I'm over 200 right now.
Oh boy, you a big fella.
Okay. Yeah, I'm over 200. Yeah, I want to get down to 175 again just to do it. But yeah, I'm over 200 right now.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a big boy. Well, definitely.
Scully, you weren't that big before COVID.
Man,
you know, what happened? You got used to staying at home and that good food.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in the house and you can't go anywhere, and all you can do is eat. You know, and you just you forget. You know, you forget. Like you know, and you get so far away from the mentality of training. You know, but now the weather's been getting warm. It's getting very, very warm here, so I'm definitely gonna be able to get back in the swing of things.
Oh man, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get back in the swing so you can get back in the race at the Hall of Fame. Are we having one this year? Are we having a ceremony and an induction?
Not in Canastota. No, they canceled it.
Oh, okay, so
the next one is the Atlantic City Hall of Fame. They're pushing it back to August, and a lot of people are going to be there. And I know they told me Tito Trinidad is definitely coming, so he'll be there. And you know, so you know, that's the next big one, Atlantic City in August.
Atlantic City in August, and you said that the next one in the West Coast out here in October.
That's in October. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. All the LA. I'm gonna do a reunion the day before, so there's gonna be a lot of guys: Alex Ramos, Paul Banke, Zach Padilla. All those guys are gonna be out there.
Well, maybe I'll keep in touch with you, and I'll meet you there, Scully, and maybe we'll do a show from we'll do the dog pound from there.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be beautiful. Oh, you'll have plenty of guys to interview. Michael Nunn will be there, Henry Tillman, a bunch of guys.
Yeah, well, just send me the info. I'll make sure I get there. You know, LA is just a car ride for me, you know, like about an hour and 10 minutes. So that one I'll definitely get there. I don't have to worry about going through no airports and all these crazy people. So I'll see it. I'll definitely see you in LA in October. So we can.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you can book that one down. But hey, Scully, thanks as always, man. I know you've been traveling around, and once again, I don't know if you weren't here last week, but I meant to give you congratulations on Benavidez, even though you weren't there personally. But you know, he's. I'm sure we're going to hear something else. Well, do you know what he's going to be fighting in Russia, or is he coming back here? Have they relaxed anything in Canada? What's the deal there?
Yeah, we haven't heard. I know he's still over in Russia now. He's visiting with family and everything, so he won't be back for a little bit. So I haven't heard the details on the next fight yet, but I know that they're very interested in the winner of the Joe Smith fight. So I'm thinking that that's a good front runner to be the next fight.
Okay.
Hey, I like your Michigan colors too. You get the Michigan colors on?
Yeah. That's the colors of my the gym jacket I'm wearing.
Okay. Michigan, you see that, James?
Yeah. I saw him in the NCAA tournament too when I picked him to go to the finals. Yeah. Tell me about Michigan colors. Yeah, right. Hey, thanks a lot, Scully, man. We'll tell everybody where they can find you, and we'll see you next week, man.
Yes.
All right. Always Iceman John Scully on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I talk boxing 24 hours a day, among other things. So look for me. We're talking some good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Scully. See you soon, man.
All right, guys. Be good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. All right.
Yes, sir.
Ice, baby. Yeah.
If we happened to get Jake in for a few minutes. I know he was just talking to the boxing commissioner of Maryland for a few minutes, so we might get a chance to get him on.
All right.
As a matter of fact, he's calling me. Take over for a minute there, K9. I'll talk to Jake here.
Oh, yeah. Hamid said, hey, guys, K9, who would win at 160, Triple G or G-Man? Ooh, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. I probably would go with G-Man because Triple G, Triple G would have been in there with a guy that can crack as good as he can crack. And then Gerald McCullough can hit that body good, and he was long. So I would go with G-Man, Gerald McCullough. But Triple G can punch. He can punch, but he ain't been there with nobody like Gerald McCullough. McCullough is a bad man. He can box and punch. And if he lost to Canelo, he would have definitely lost to G-Man. Like G-Man would have stopped Canelo. It wouldn't have went past three rounds. He would have destroyed Canelo. And Canelo beat Triple G. I think Triple G should move up in weight, though. I think, he done got older now. He should not be still trying to fight 160. As you get older, you got to make adjustments. And his best days are behind him at 160. He could probably rejuvenate his career and if he moved up to 160. Something like what Danny Garcia is trying to do by moving up to 154. Yeah. I know I heard you breathing. What's up, though, Jay? You back?
I'm back, boss.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get Jake Smith here for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Just to see what's kind of going on down there around in Baltimore. And, of course, he's always in part of that amateur thing also. So,
so we got... Go ahead. I was going to say we got Jared Enos finna fight. Boots is finna fight, this weekend. And
I like Boots. I was we need to get Boots on the show, K9. So
yes,
I know that's why I got to put you to work. So
right. Yeah. Hey man, listen, boy. Speaking of that's my man's in them. Sad to hear what done happened to DMX, man. Yeah.
It is. But I mean, D had this run. As a matter of fact, for a while he was one of my favorite guys. Him, Scarface.
DMX, Dawg. That's my man. Oh man, I love some DMX, but that way you had me going. Dawg, that's my man's in them. What I'm doing, my man's in them is doing.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm here. I think I figured it out.
Hey Smith, what's up, bro? How you doing? Jake,
I'm good. Barely here, everybody. But
okay.
Trying to figure this stuff out. I'm not old. I am old.
You ain't old. You are old. I mean, go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Well, you're between me and K9, so
monkey in the middle.
K9, what's up, man? How you been, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. How you been? You all right?
I'm good. Still swinging.
That's good.
Jake,
I think up a new gym.
I think this is the first time we've had you on where we can actually see you. At least I see you're not in the closet this time.
I'm trying to figure this phone out, man.
Are you
looking? Brand new phone.
No, you good though. You good. You straight. We see you.
Okay, here we go. I can hear you now. See you.
Yeah.
So what's the boxing world? What's going on, man? We're back, aren't we?
Well, I guess we have to ask you. Your text said that you were just on the phone with the boxing commissioner for the last 15 minutes. So you tell us, is boxing back in Maryland?
It's not back in Maryland. Not the professional anyway. The amateurs, we can do the amateurs, but we have to do the protocol through all the counties. You got to do their rules. But yeah, amateur boxing's back. The pros probably isn't going to be back until July or August.
Okay.
But I was doing the commission because I'm getting a guy. I got Jesse Nicklow. He's fought everybody. He's fighting in South Carolina this coming Saturday, Rock Hill.
Okay. So, Jake, you just said you opened up a new gym. Where is it?
It's right outside of Baltimore. It's 9 miles from my old gym, which I closed down my gym when the pandemic hit. I was there for 29 years.
Wow.
I'm your hostess.
Oh wow. So the pandemic is hitting everybody. So the pandemic hits you. You close it down because of the pandemic?
It hit me. The neighborhood went to another different, it just did. I was praying to God. I was like, show me, do something. What should I do? Should I close down? Should I stay open? And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, God, you didn't have to hit me that. I didn't know about it. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it helped. It helped me make my mind up a little bit to go to a different location.
Okay.
But Jake, you've been kind of one of the stabilizing factors in that neighborhood. You helped when there was a lot of gang violence and stuff. It seems like you're going to be missed in that neighborhood, man.
Yeah, I love the neighborhood. I mean, I was pretty much from there. That area was, I used to own a bar. When I was fighting, I had a bar, and it was in that neighborhood. I mean, I was there for years. But things change. I'm supposed to grow up. You're supposed to. They say to grow up. I don't know. I don't know if I have or not. I'm trying. But
no, I was just thinking about your presence in the neighborhood and how, especially at this time, we kind of need leaders in the neighborhood. You like I said, you did a lot of work with the youth in that neighborhood, and
it was tough. It was tough leaving. It really was. But a lot of them have followed me out to where my new location. It's good. I did do a lot of stuff for the kids, and it's going to be fine. I mean. Yeah, I miss it. I do miss the area. I do miss that neighborhood. I miss my spot. It's Fells Point. It's all the bars and restaurants. My gym was there for, like I said, 29 years. It was a good run.
Do you ever run across Gervonta Davis? I know he's from Baltimore too.
I mean, I see him every now and then, not like on a regular basis. He fought on some of my amateur cards when he was coming up. Okay. And I know his trainer real well, Calvin Ford. I mean, me and him are buddies. I see Calvin a lot more. I talk to Calvin all the time, but Tank, no, I don't see him much at all.
Okay. Yeah. I know he had gotten in some trouble or something, man. Hopefully, he get out that trouble.
Yeah, let's hope. I don't know what's going on with all that. I know they need to get him out of Baltimore City.
Exactly.
They need to put him in the mountains somewhere, like where Tyson came up. Catskills.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
It's real rough,
especially when you're rich. You rich and young.
My phone is so non-loud, man.
Jake, you got any shows planned?
I have an amateur show May 22nd. That's it, because we can't do pro shows, and then it looks like I want to do something in July.
Okay.
I don't know the dates in July yet because what's going on, but May 22nd, I can do an amateur show. It's just got to be social distancing, and it's a big arena. It holds like 4,000 people, so 50%. If I get 2,000 people into an amateur show, I'm skipping to the bank. I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, make sure you give us a call, man. Lil K now always looking for some work. My son.
All right, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, what's his weight? 160?
152.
52. Open class?
Yeah, open class.
I know we talked about this a year and a half ago, but it's been a while. So
yeah.
152 open.
152 open, yeah.
Can he get a little lighter? I got a kid that can really fight. He's at about 45, 145.
They can meet, meet 150.
He'd probably come up to 49 or so. Yeah, whatever. It's amateurs, man. It's his this kid's last amateur fight.
Okay. How many fights you done had?
I'm going to say 30.
Okay. How old is he?
26.
26. Okay. Yeah, my son, he's 20. Okay.
What's your son, 22 now?
No. 20.
20? Okay. Yeah. All right, well, we'll talk about it, man. We'll make whatever you want to do, man. If you want, I'll find somebody else for you if you want me to.
Oh, yeah. Listen, this is what we do on a dog pound, boy. We make it happen.
Yes, sir. I love it, baby. Love it. I love watching you fight, man. Heck yeah.
Did you see his last fight, Jake?
When? Recently?
Yeah.
My fight?
Yeah. K9 just fought not too long ago, and he's got another one coming.
Yeah, November 7th.
I can't say that word. No, man, that's awesome.
Oh yeah. You ain't know that? You ain't know I just fought?
Man, I did not know that. No, hell no.
Yeah, I never did.
I've been all over that.
Yeah, I never did retire. I just
Who'd you fight?
I fought against a guy. He called himself Mr. Upset, and he was upset when he lost.
I guess you upset him. You upset his stomach and everything else.
Yep.
That's good stuff, man.
They actually just called me again for a fight in August, so I'm gonna fight again. I want to get at least 4 more fights in before I call it a career. I want at least 4 more fights.
How old are you now?
47.
How old?
47.
Are you really? Damn, K9. You look good, baby. I'm telling you, you young, man.
I appreciate you. Yeah. I try to live right, man. I train, work out, Remember, I started boxing late too. So I started boxing at 18. So I'm not the average, 47-year-old. Remember, I won my first world title at 37. Won my second world title at 41. So,
damn.
Yeah. I do a lot of things.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's real good.
Money still spin. If you don't think
I'm
so.
only 25. I had a hard life.
That's right. But you throwing shows though. Look, you throwing shows.
Yeah, keep doing them. They keep you alive. I tell you that. Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Hey.
It's all good. Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
I'm working on something big right now. I hope it happens. I don't want to talk about it yet, but I hope. I just got my fingers crossed.
Man.
Well, if it happens, you can always.
You hear that in boxing all the time. I'm one of them guys saying the same stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, but you look good, Jake, man. Like I said, it's the first time that I think we've had you on live. So now we've got it figured out, and we look to have you back. I just wanted to grab you real quick. I know you've been busy all day, my man. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to come on the Dog Pound with us.
Thank you, man. I had a kids class today. I had an adult class, and I have 5 private lessons.
Wow.
But I'm doing it, baby. I'm doing it, man.
Right. What's your gym called? Anything you want to tell the people before you go to them? What's the name of your gym?
Baltimore Boxing and Fitness.
Okay.
I've been around the name's been around probably 35 years.
Okay.
And just keep on swinging, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Let's keep this sport alive, because guys like us, we're tough to find, man, in this game.
Yes. No social media.
And K9, good luck to you, baby. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You the man. Man, my hat's off to you, baby. I tell you, that's some good stuff.
Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Appreciate you. Definitely gonna have you back on.
And K9, I'll talk to you real soon, okay? We'll get this fight. Get your son straight there, all right?
Yes, for sure. All right, my guy.
All right, buddy.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks, man. See y'all soon.
Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Jake. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, K9, I'll share Jake's contact with you. I thought I'd given it to you before.
Yeah, you probably did. You probably did, because we talked about him. My son fighting. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'll send it to you again after the show.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Zerdu now. Gilberto. He's going to be our next guest. And I'm sure he has a lot to say about Canelo. How do you feel about Charlo versus Triple G?
Well, I don't think the fight is signed. I'm looking right now to see if it's signed or not, because maybe they saying something I didn't know about. So no, it's not signed. I guess they saying if they fight each other. I believe if there was a fight, I think, like I say, Triple G is past his prime. I give Charlo the edge big time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this version of Triple G, I think would definitely fall to Charlo, even though we do know Triple G's trainer, and so we know he's going to be on point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even that is kind of a good matchup when you consider the two trainers. Ronnie Shields in one corner. I mean, and our guy Jonathan Banks in the other corner. I mean, so that
I'm pulling for Banks all day.
Well,
plenty times.
Hey, I'm just saying it's a great matchup with coaches as well as fighters.
Yeah.
You want to bring your hater in now, or while we're waiting for?
Hey, no, you know what? He been going in too hard, Jay. So we might have to, see him another time because man, he just a Jake Paul. I'm talking about super fan. I'm talking about man. So I can't wait to be on a podcast and Jake is gonna knock Ben out, and it's like that's just.
Well, we talked to him for a minute last week. Because you had promised him, so I pulled him in for a little bit. I see Jabril is back. Jabril, don't forget that I did send you a friend request. So let's see, Spider Moose, Ben is Kronk. We got a few new guys. Very rare Caesar. How's Ben Askren doing?
Oh, I've been, hey, I just left camp with Ben. Ben doing good. Ben doing good. I'm here. So he needs to keep taking care of his business while I'm here till I come back out. Yeah, Ben is looking good. Ben is looking good. We're gonna see what happens. We got what? 10 days, 12, 11 days left. 11 days left. Spider moves. Yeah.
So when are you going back out there now? Prior to the fight?
To be honest with you, I don't think that I will probably be going back out there. I'm wishing being the best. I just brought in just to help him with his hands. Help him with his balance. I don't think I'll be going back out there. If he wants me to come back out there, I'll be out there. I know that, like I said, I'm just part of his team. I'm just a help meet. Like I help my wife, I'm a help being.
Okay.
And I think that he's gonna have Tyrone Woodley work his corner and his good friend, Biggie. Biggie, they're UFC fighters now.
Tyrone Woodley,
yeah.
He play football? He's
He MMA fighter. He MMA fighter.
I know, but he did something before he was MMA. He didn't just come out the womb an MMA fighter. I mean, I'm trying to think because I remember was it football? Did he play at Michigan or something?
That might be the other one. That's the Tyrone Wheatley. That's Tyrone Wheatley.
No, they did. I'm talking about Woodley. I knew Wheatley is a different guy, but I think Woodley has some type of athletic background. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that it's football. It might be track or something like that, but
might be track or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Google. It's on Google. You can Google everything.
Yeah, it's definitely on Google. Yeah, I know he's a MMA fighter. But. I'm not sure if I mean, I don't keep up with MMA the way I keep up with football and basketball stuff like that. But
right?
Yeah. So I mean, so what did you think about Canelo? I mean, excuse me, I always say Canelo, but what did you think about Oscar coming out? Because I'm thinking, since I've been doing this, I've been listening to you and Layman and Scully and talking about the business end. So that's how I kind of came up with whether or not Oscar and Canelo would be that last big draw. Oscar going taking his farewell and going up against, because what was it last year when he was telling, I can beat Canelo and, all that, when they had their little spat. But, I think, but what do you think about Oscar? What do you think about Oscar coming out of retirement? I mean, the Oscar that I saw over, I haven't seen him since at least 2000, maybe 2019, but Oscar looked like he had a big roll there around the middle, and I ain't talking about one of them sparring belts either.
Yeah. Hey, well, hey, listen, Oscar De La Hoya is gonna do what Mayweather did. He gonna pick and choose his opponents. Jake Paul, love him, like him, hate him. Jake Paul is picking fights that he believes he's gonna win. Oscar De La Hoya is gonna do the same thing. He's not gonna pick nobody that can beat him. He's gonna pick, from what I heard, a UFC fighter. He's about to fight a UFC fighter, and then who knows? Maybe Roy Jones might come down in weight. Maybe Oscar might move up in weight. Maybe Oscar might fight Bernard Hopkins in a rematch. Hey, so it's just anything can happen. Sky's the limit. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I know when Oscar lost Canelo and Canelo left and went to the zone, Oscar lost a lot of money. The bag went. And Oscar had to recoup some of that money back. And what better way to recoup some of that money is to get back in the ring. Especially in these days, you can fight an exhibition and make millions of dollars. And Triller is putting that money out here. Triller is kind of reminding me of the Zone. When they first came in the game, they threw a boatload of money to Canelo. They threw a boatload of money to Anthony Joshua. And the list goes on. Same with Al Heyman. Al Heyman gave me my biggest pay. Al Heyman, my man's in them. Dawg, my man's in them. That's right. And the same with Jay-Z. When Jay-Z came to the game, he came in the game with a boatload of money. So Oscar is cashing out. You know what I mean? He's getting some of that money that Canelo took with him. And I don't know what how long he has a deal with Triller. But Triller, nice.
Well, see, now, like I said, there's certain names that come up to me when I hear about, and these fights are not fights more than money grabs.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking Oscar and Floyd.
Yeah.
Rematch.
Oh, well, hey, maybe.
I'm thinking Oscar and Canelo. But I'm not thinking Oscar and Roy.
Okay.
And I'm not thinking Oscar and you. Okay. And the reason why I'm not thinking that is because I don't think that Oscar is going to take, like you said, anybody that's a threat.
Exactly.
So I mean, another fight, between him and Floyd, an exhibition, that would certainly be a moneymaker, and I'm sure that Floyd is thinking about that. And at Oscar's age, I'm thinking this is maybe a 3 or 4 fight deal at the very most.
Yeah.
So 2 of these are definitely going to be fights that people are going to pay for, but they're not going to enjoy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, JB said, what about Oscar and Conor McGregor? That'd be a good one. I think Oscar will fight Manny Pacquiao too in a rematch, to be honest with you.
So you think Manny Pacquiao is going to be able to put on 20 or 30 pounds?
No, he don't need to. Remember, Oscar is fighting 54, 56. Canelo fighting 147 right now.
Canelo's fighting what? 147? No.
Sorry, no. Manny Pacquiao. I meant to say Manny Pacquiao.
Manny okay.
Pacquiao is fighting 147. 147.
140.
Yeah.
And you think that Oscar would? So you think that Manny's gonna come up to 154?
Oh, he had before. Remember when he beat down Margarita, he fought at 154. Yeah. Yeah. If the money's right, shoot, they gonna make it happen. And then Manny Pacquiao beat Oscar the first time, so why wouldn't he?
Like any of those fights, like I said, I think will be I don't think that they'll be enjoyable, but I do think that people will buy them. And that's what counts the most. People will buy them. As Jabril says, don't forget to hit the like button. I know we hit the like and subscribe button, and keep our show going. And so K9, what do you think of some of these fights that's coming up? We got a couple good ones. First of all, okay, we had Jamel Herring stop Peter Frampton.
Yeah, I commentated that one. Oh man, hey, I was impressed with Jamel Herring. I believe being in camp with Terrance Crawford helps him a lot tremendously with the confidence. When you training with a world champion, I mean, let me rewind that. A world champion. I mean, don't do nothing but give you confidence. Not just a world champion, pound for pound, the best champion or best fighter out here. I mean, come on, man. They all look up to Terrance Crawford. I think Terrance Crawford makes Shakur Stevenson a better fighter. He may, even though Hooker lost his fight against that young man or Ortiz, I still think he did better than he would have done if it wasn't for being in camp with Terrance Crawford. So sky's the limit for the Marine, and I'm happy for Herring. I'm happy, very happy for him. But he's in a rough weight class.
That's what I was going. That's what I was going to ask you. It's like that weight class, man. He's in there with some killers.
Man, he is. Yeah, and he's a little older too. So, I mean, I think he caught Frampton. I read an article on Frampton, and he said, win, lose, or draw, that was his last fight anyway.
Well, Frampton's been in some wars. Frampton, I mean, it's not like Frampton has been one of those guys that, I mean, Frampton's fought everyone that, has been put in front of him. He's accounted himself very well. Yeah. He was a great champion.
Yes.
And, all hats off to Jamel Herring. But, I mean, he also caught Frampton at his best time too. I mean,
he's a little dude. He was little. That fight reminded me of what's my man's name? Lomachenko. Lomachenko moving up too small to be fighting against Teofimo Lopez. That was the same exact thing that happened with Frampton moving up to fighting Jamel Herring. He looked like a little boy in there with a grown man. It was, styles make fights, and you got weight classes for a reason. And that was a key to the fight. That and Herring being a southpaw. Everybody can't fight against a southpaw. I had to learn the hard way. But now I'm a beast, and I'm a southpaw killer. For real.
Hey, like you said, everybody can't fight a southpaw. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason why Terrance Crawford always switching. Southpaw. He always fighting this fight. He's a natural orthodox fighter, but he always fighting what? Southpaw. Errol Spence, one of the greatest fighters out here today. Probably definitely top 5 southpaw. Devontae Davis, southpaw. Man, southpaws are hard to deal with. All you gotta do is have a little talent, a little power. Man, hunger. You good.
Okay, we also we got Devin Haney to defend his title against Linares. What do you think about that one?
Oh yeah, I think Devin Haney is catching Linares at the right time. Maybe a couple years, a few years back, that'd really be a rough fight for Devin Haney. Devin Haney has the will to win. It reminds me when it comes to the willpower to win. It reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. The young man has the will to win. And he's gonna beat you. Yeah, you can have more skills than him. You can be a better fighter than him, but you can't tell that to him. He's gonna find a way to win. The guy's a winner. He's a proven winner. I'm happy that we actually trained together when he was a little kid. You know what I mean? And I was able to inspire him before. We actually had him on a dog pound before too. You remember we had him on a dog pound?
Yeah.
And I was surprised when he told me, K9, you don't remember me? I think he was a little offended that I didn't remember him. You remember me, K9? It's Devin Haney. It's a drink. No, man, that was a long time ago. Hey, listen, Marquez is finna fight Cotto in the exhibition.
I was going.
Wow.
See, that's why I'm saying, I can see Oscar doing, some of these type of things, but
a real fight though. I don't think it's no exhibition.
No, Oscar's fight is a real fight. That's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. I don't think he would have a real fight with Roy Jones or nor you. So exhibition maybe. That might be possible. But there's another one of the guys that you had high praise for, and I said that. It was hard to go between him and Devin Haney, and that's Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia is supposed to fight Javier Fortuna this summer.
Yeah, that's a good fight. Hey, but listen, one thing about that Ryan Garcia kid, at first he was just a pretty boy, and he just had a bunch of people follow him because he was just a pretty boy and he knew how to market himself. Now the guy actually can really, 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 really fight now. He's hired Canelo's trainer. Canelo trainer doesn't get the praise or the credit that he should get, but he's made Ryan Garcia even a better fighter. Now, people might look at me like I'm crazy. Styles make fights. I think that Ryan Garcia has the better chance at beating Gervonta Davis out of any of the other fighters because he has a good left hook. And one thing you can stop a southpaw with or beat a southpaw with is the overhand right and a left hook. And guess what? Ryan has both. So what's his name was? I can't pronounce his name. What's his name again?
Who?
Ryan Garcia's opponent. Performer. What's his name again?
Javier Fortuna.
Fortuna. I got it. Fortuna. There we go. My wife made some Fortuna. I'm saying, hey, listen, Ryan Garcia gonna have some Fortuna. You hear me? When they fight, because guess what? Fortuna's a southpaw. Remember, Ryan Garcia has a good left hook and a good overhand right. So Fortuna about to get ate up. That's right.
Sure. On just 4 days from now, we have Joe Smith. He's going to be fighting for the vacant WBO light heavyweight title, which was another reason I was hoping that we could get Gilberto on the show, because I think Gilberto might be fighting Joe Smith for this light heavyweight title since he's moved up.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Joe Smith? Joe Smith. This is he's proved himself to be a pretty rugged fighter. Of course, he's got a construction job during the daytime. So, what do you think about this young man? Is he gonna get his first title?
Didn't he stop Bernard Hopkins? He didn't want to send Bernard Hopkins into retirement.
Yep.
Oh man, Joe Smith Diesel. Hey, the man is strong as an ox. So I feel like he's gonna get his first world title. But one thing I got and he got, and it could take you far, is power. You know what I mean? You got power, you got heart, and you ain't gotta have the greatest of skills. Not saying I don't have the greatest of skills, but that power will take you real far.
No, you would talk about Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao and Crawford are discussing a fight in June.
Okay.
Do you think that's gonna happen?
You said who again?
Manny Pacquiao and Terrance Crawford fighting.
They was talking about that. But
this was just last week, 7 days ago.
Yeah. Time go by quick, boy, and knows that. And in that time, man, it's been all kind of things been discussed. I think Manny Pacquiao was smart, man. Manny Pacquiao, I need to call Sam Watson and find out who Manny Pacquiao fighting for real. In my Sam Watson voice, Manny Pacquiao, you're gonna fight him. You're gonna fight him, Mike Garcia. You're gonna fight Garcia. Don't tell nobody. I think he might fight Mikey Garcia.
Well, I mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying that that's one of the things in talks.
Yeah.
On the undercard of that Joe Smith fight, Ronnie's bringing his big heavyweight in. What's his name? Agave. I forget his name, but I'm sure you remember the guy that had the guy walk out the ring when they rang the bell.
Yeah. I give they got a left Ronnie Shields, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I know he's fighting on the undercard of this Joey Smith fight.
Yeah.
So he's still moving on, and of course we got Sergio Lipitz. He's going to be fighting on Showtime.
Yeah.
He's fighting Boots.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, Boots and Showtime. He hasn't lost on Showtime.
He hasn't lost, period. And he said he won all the belts. He said, listen, he coming for Errol Spence and Terrance Crawford. I like that guy, man. Boots, he a problem. He gonna be a problem.
He does see now. Hey, I like Boots. He comes to fight, and as far as I'm concerned, anybody he gets in the ring with, is definitely And let's see, we got another pay-per-view coming out of Atlanta on the 17th. That's your boy, Jake Paul, of course, and Ben. But now the fight on the real fight is Rigaru against Ivan Redcatch. What do you think about that fight?
I just texted Rigaru last night, and he's looking good. He gonna steal the show. He gonna stop Redcatch. You know what I mean? He won't go the distance, and maybe he can get that fight with your boy, Adrian Bronner, AB, always balling.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. See Rigaru. But of course, it's just because I want to see Adrian Broner get knocked out. But that's a different story,
Always.
And don't forget, also on the 17th, you got Boo Boo. Boo Boo will be in the ring. He's fighting Liam Williams. It'll be for Boo Boo's WBO middleweight title. Christopher Pearson. He's on the undercard also, young man he's fighting on the B side.
Christopher
Pearson,
yeah, he fought with Mayweather. He was one of Mayweather fighters. He actually fought against a guy here by the name of Leonardo Payne Server. Yeah, Cole. And Leonardo beat the brakes off of him, but I think they gave it to Chris Pearson because he was a Mayweather fighter.
Well, hey, the 17th is going to be a good. We also got your boy Tony Harrison is fighting. He's fighting Brian Perella. They'll be out here in LA fighting on Fox.
Man, 2 big fights on the 17th. Man, I don't agree with all these fights being on the same date. That's one of the things that's hurting boxing. When I'm fighting the card, you fighting the card, he fighting the card, we fighting the card. There's too many eyes on not on that same card because eyes all over the place.
Fox, we got Fox, we got the Zone, we got we got Showtime, and ESPN. No, ESPN's on the 17th. Is on. Let's see, on the 17th, we got your guy, pay-per-view. And then we got the Zone.
That's the fight. That's the fight tonight. YouTube fighter. A YouTube fighter versus a wrestler. That's right. Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. I guarantee you, James, April 17th, it's gonna be more eyeballs on that fight than anybody's card that night.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. But as far as pure boxing is concerned, I'll probably be watching Boo Boo.
Yeah, I figured you was gonna say that. Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's not to say that I don't think that Tony Harrison isn't going to be an exciting fight, but if I had my choice between the three of them, if I could only watch one, I would probably watch Boo Boo and them because it's a full fight card.
Yeah.
And But also, I don't know if a lot of people know it or not, but oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Oh no, she's not fighting until the 23rd.
Okay.
But I forgot that another good friend of the show is also on that undercard of that Jake Paul fight, and that's Steve Cunningham.
Absolutely, yeah, Cunningham. I'm
Yeah,
happy for him. Yeah,
yeah,
Steve Cunningham,
yeah, he'll be fighting on that same card on the undercard. He'll be fighting Frank Mir. It's only 8 rounds, and Steve is, as always, Steve is fighting heavyweight. He's
big boy, a real dude too, man. He a real dude, speak his mind, and they boxing was blackballing him, just like they blackballed Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver has caught some bad, like a lamb, bad breaks. They fired him from Showtime. Because of what happened outside the ring. What happens outside the ring is your business. And they fired him, because I think he failed a drug test. But I mean, he could have caught a cold. You could fail a drug test, man, without even using drugs. I mean, you could have got sick and then, took some medicine and boom, now you fail a drug. That was terrible how Showtime fired him. And then he finally get an opportunity to fight on Triller. And then they say, since he hasn't fought 10 fights in the last 10 years, they kicked him off the card. Wow. Now, even though that's bad for him, it was good for Steve Cunningham because he's been trying to get a fight too. And it's like, man, when you get a certain age, they try to blackball you. They don't stick, boxers don't stick with each other. The belt organizations, the powers that be, they don't support fighters when they a little older or when they lost a few fights. And with the MMA fan base, they will support you all the way to the end. And that's one thing I really respect about the UFC, MMA. Them fans are diehard fans, man. You can lose 10 fights in a row. They love you, they with you. They with you. Unlike in boxing, man, I had to kick the door down. They didn't give me no opportunities. Nobody gave me opportunity. I had to kick the door down. If it wasn't for God, boy, I wouldn't have been in this position, and I would have became world champ because they didn't give me no opportunity. No, they waited till I got in position, and then all of a sudden put their arm around me. What's up, my man? To them, oh, K9, I love you, man. Come on, man. Come on back home. Big voice. K9, always been a good fighter. He's always, they all love you when you're a winner. All of them. Absolutely. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I can go on for days. I can go on for days, boy.
So you're going to be announcing the Boots fight?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go ahead and commentate on my YouTube channel. I like commentating the fights when the fights come on because I see it in 3D. You know what I'm saying? I see it before it happened. I see it in 10G. You know what I'm saying? So, and people respect me on that. And man, I actually got 37,000 views when I commentated the fight. And I wasn't even showing the fight. It's just that the fact that I know probably more than the commentators, because a lot of times the commentators don't be actual fighters. They be, guys that just like sport of boxing, not even necessarily love it. Like you yourself, you ain't got to never be in the ring, but you actually love it. You know what I mean? You love the sport of boxing. Some of these commentators are getting paid. They went to school for it, but they don't necessarily love it. They like it, but they don't necessarily love it. They get paid to do it, so they doing it. But I've actually been in there. I know what's coming. I see it coming. All eyes on me. Yeah. This weekend. So y'all make sure y'all tap in at K9 Boxing. Yeah.
So you're not gonna call the Jake fight?
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm calling this fight this weekend.
Okay.
I'm gonna call the Jake Paul fight if I ain't there, and it don't seem like I'm gonna be there. But if I'm not there, I will be calling it here because I'm gonna be able to see exactly what's going on. I know what's going on, and I know how Camp was. And I'm gonna know if he did the things that I showed him in camp, and I'm gonna know for sure if I'm not there, if I should have been in that corner. You know what I mean? Because when you go and you need boxers, you want to hear your actual trainers the trainer who taught you how to box voice, you need to hear his voice. And not someone that's going to just tell you, come on, man, come on, but it is what it is. One thing I'm not going to do I'm not going to say anything bad about being, because this young man gave me an opportunity, an opportunity to get my feet in a sport of boxing as a trainer, you know what I mean? And, since then, man, my phone been blowing up. I've been getting so many opportunities and emails and PMs, and and the show is doing better. I mean, I'm just excited, man, and I look forward to being Askren winning, because I'm gonna be praying he win whether I'm in the corner or not. Because like I say, he gave me opportunity, man, and and it's the crazy part about it is, people in my own city would look the other way. They would turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? I know Jesus said to do it, but he was talking about when it comes to somebody that's you should turn cheek, your other cheek to. But it is what it is, man. I'm gonna be calling it JK. Yeah, and it is what it is, man. A man's not honoring his own country. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, I came past there. Somebody asked you a stupid question about Marvin Hagler, and I had to drop a quick comment. And then I kind of left off. But
what they say?
Yeah, I don't know. It was something crazy. You were announcing a fight, and I forget which fight it was. I dropped in. Occasionally, I drop in on some of your sparring sessions and things like that. I've been. I will admit, these last 2 weeks, I've been very caught up in the George Floyd trial. On my political podcast, I actually have two of the community activists that are part of the whole George Floyd thing. One is a community activist named Anthony Scott. Another is a veteran named Mr. Don Allen. So it was an honor for me for them to invite me to actually I'm on their podcast as a guest. Talking to me out here in California about George Floyd, it was something that it was, like you say, an unexpected opportunity. So, I kind of relish that, even though the circumstances are very sad, but it does, show that more people, are getting interested in things, and that's my goal. As a matter of fact, K9, I'm going to announce something on this show that I haven't. I've kind of put the idea out there to some other people, but right now, as long as we have these voting restrictions in Georgia, I'm actually planning with some fellow veterans and anyone that wants to get involved to try to raise 500,000 bottles of water to be sent to Georgia for the people on the polls. So I'm trying to get veterans involved, and some other people that want to volunteer, because this is as of now, this would be something that would be illegal. So we have to get volunteers involved. Hopefully, they're not going to put fire hoses and dogs on us, because I'm not John Lewis. I'm going to fight back. We can establish we can establish that right now. But we're talking about the year 2022, so there's a lot of planning involved. But we will make sure that Black people, as well as everyone that wants to vote, if they're standing in line, we want to be able to give them a drink of water. I think as a veteran, we do believe in being humane. So
Yeah.
But this as things go on, I'll keep people informed. But any of those that want to participate, they can just give me an email. And this is something that it's a long-term goal. So we thank you. So hey, so K9, tell us what was have you heard from Carissa Shields? Have you heard from Tony Harris? What's going on up there? There's a lot of boxing taking place, in Michigan. A lot of with between you and Mr. Salidas. Michigan is a very busy spot right now.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like you say, if you said that that it's a lot of people being with COVID, got COVID, or testing positive for COVID, then guess what? Ain't gonna be no fights here. So we got Salidas. He hears and he's in town, and we got some of the best fighters, amateurs, pros in the city of Michigan. But one thing I learned: to get the money, you gotta go. You gotta go get the money. That's what I had to go do to go train. I had to go train Ben. I had to go get the money. At the same time, I made connections. You know what I mean? I met people. I would be fighting out of town in Florida in August. You got to go. You can't. Money, a lot of time, money ain't gonna just come to you. You got to go get it. And I would never have became world champ if I didn't go get the money. I used to be scared to get on airplanes. But for me to become world champ, I had to fly. And I put my faith in God, man. I went and flew. Fought my very first fight. Guess what? On a Mike Tyson undercard. First time I ever flew. And guess who got me to fight? Emmanuel Stewart. Praise God. With God's help, man. And I took care of business, man. And so you got to go get the money. You got to go get the money. And the money ain't going to come to you. And my son, guess what? My son will be fighting April 17th, too. Speaking of April 17th. So after my son fight, I'm going to head back home. If I'm not at the fights, Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, because who knows? I don't know. I probably have to get Ben a call this weekend. If you don't call me and let me know I need you back in camp. So it's gonna be very interesting this weekend on what happens.
So where's your son fighting? Is it still amateur or?
It's still amateur. He's going for the knockout. He kept telling me, like, man, I'm going for the knockout. So he's fighting against a young man he actually sparred with. I think his last name is Wilson. But little K9, man, he's trying to show me he's ready to go pro. And we'll find out if he's ready to go pro April 17th. So, man, it's a bunch of fights April 17th. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy, it's going down.
So, what's the card? Is it a fight in Detroit? Where's the fight card?
Yeah, it's in Michigan. Of course, I'm going to GPS it and go from there. I don't know exactly where it's at, but I'm definitely going to go. I'm going to GPS it, and we're going to go to the fights and then come back home and commentate the fights. But, like I say, I might have to cancel the fight. You just never know, because I might end up flying out to the fights with Ben. So you just never know. I know something this weekend. I would know a whole lot this weekend.
Yeah. Because have they already? They've had some press conferences. I know. I saw the one where the little contention. So when's the final press conference and weigh-in?
Yeah, he said, no, well, no one can come to the fight, so they're not allowing anyone to come to the fights. So, we're just going out there to get the W and shoot right back home. Think I'm going to drive that scat pack. Get there quick. Get back quick, you know what I mean? So, man, as soon as I got the, I drove out to Ben Askren's camp, man. And soon, I was 30 minutes from getting there and got a ticket. I was flying. I was, the police officer told me he had to do 100 to catch me. He's like, man, I had to do 100 to catch you. I said, wow, yeah.
Did you get a ticket to Ben?
No, I didn't. Hey, I sure should have, but no, I didn't give it to him. But he took care of me good, so I was able to take care of it,
Well, hey, you should have waited. I mean, if Ben win, you could have sent it to Dana White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, this Dana White got a lot of confidence. But you see what I'm talking about though? See how he's willing to bet $1 million. $1 million. Let me rewind that. He's willing to bet $1 million on someone that's an MMA fighter. Like I said earlier, MMA fighters, MMA fan base, they all stick together, unlike a boxer. Nobody, listen, I can't get a person to bet a penny on me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they not betting, and I'm killing everything. You feel me? Right? But we don't stick together. People in our own city, man. Come on, man. When I became world champ, it was a bunch of hate here in my city. Man, a lot of the other fighters, they didn't like that I became world champ. See me, be like, man, I'm so happy for you. And so when I turn my back, that's, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's like that, man. Be a lot of hate, man. It's hate. And not just in my city, it's hate in other cities too. I remember, like I said, Berto, telling me that Saku Powell couldn't take a punch. And that was his homeboy. It was his homeboy. If he'd have lost, he was going to go up and his boy would go down. So, man, it's hate, man. You think people be with you. They ain't with you, man, because they want what you got, They want what you got.
Yeah, hey.
When I lost my title, JK, man, people were so happy, man. People that wanted to be in my position was happy as I don't know what, because they wanted what I had. People be envy, man. It's crazy, man. We live in the last days, man. It's just crazy. But, I ain't gonna let nobody stop me from being successful, being happy. I'm gonna keep it moving. And as I get my blessings, I ain't gonna rub it in nobody's face. My blessings are my blessings. It's like your blessings is your blessings.
Yeah. That's kind of the way it is now. It's very I see Lonnie says he got your back.
Yeah, absolutely. My man's that's my man's in them. Exactly.
Jabril, you can DM me, Jabril, and we'll talk about it, because we might want some artwork or something for the project, something to make it pop. And K9 might be in touch with you and your cuz there. I like that little beat. I mean, something that.
Oh man, we gotta let you hear the whole song. You had to hear the whole song, man. Hey, SB, why don't you play the whole song? Let them hear a little bit of the whole song. SB, can we hear the whole song? A little bit of the whole song. That could be on K9's corner right there, boy. Just the whole song. SB, champ, can we hear it? Okay, man. Guess not.
Well, maybe a little later, but hey, man, I tell you what, we've had some good guests tonight, some real good talk. As always, man, Scully be right on point, man.
He a real one.
Yeah, like I told you, man, the size shoes, the color of the trunks, the referee, how many how many rounds. He might even be able to tell you the judges. I don't know. But anyway, when you talk about somebody that knows their boxing history, I mean, where do you put all of that in your head? I'm saying, plus knowing how to drive and running and walking and breathing. I mean, the human mind is very complex on the things that we really think to remember. But hey, man, let's talk. K9's corner, man. Come on, give it to us. What's happening?
Oh yeah, AJB. Yes, Berto did that.
It's been a while, man. I mean, we missed you last week. I mean, what's going on, man?
Man, at K9's corner, man. Listen, what I want to talk about at K9's corner is if you got a fan base, then be a boxer. You know what I mean? Be a boxer. You can make a whole bunch of money. Look at Jake Paul. Got a fan base, boy. And he's fighting whoever he wants to and making millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Let me rewind that. Millions of dollars. Ben Askren, if I'm not mistaken, is getting the biggest purse that he's ever gotten. This purse he's about to get as a boxer, not a UFC fighter. Let me rewind that. Not a UFC fighter. As a boxer, he's going to be in a boxing ring. His very first pro fight. So if you got a fan base, if you a celebrity, get in boxing. and they say you can't play boxing. Yes, you can. You can play boxing. I played Mike Tyson Punch Out. And I'm quite sure you played Mike Tyson Punch Out. Did you play that the Knockout Kings? So you can't play boxing. So you can't play boxing because Jake Paul is playing boxing. Yes, Ben Askren is playing boxing, and Mayweather is playing boxing. Conor McGregor is playing boxing. So you can play boxing, but then to a certain extent, you can't play boxing. Ask Nate Robinson. Night, stay down. So you can. But you can't play boxing at K9's Corner. And you can find me on the Dawg Pound every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. That's right, Eastern time. And I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. And of course, this YouTube channel is banging at K9 Boxing. So, you can find me there, JK, at K9 Boxing. This weekend, I will be commentating the Boots fight. So, JK, make sure you tap in, man. This weekend, this Saturday, at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. But we'll have it up on a countdown. We had a countdown. So, what can they find you though, JK, when you, ain't on a Dawg Pound? Or when you're on a Dawg Pound, what can they find you at? Period.
Well, you can find me on Facebook on the Dawg Pound, as well as an imperfect union, which is my political podcast, and the Sports Crib on every Thursday. We even talk Michigan football, baseball, and basketball. Thanks to a gentleman from Detroit named Mr. Demetrius Vegas. He is our Detroit representative on the Sports Crib. So we can't get away from Detroit. Much as I try, we can't get away from Detroit.
Hey, Detroit's in the house without a doubt. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna turn it out. That's right.
So sports and boxing, when I want to talk those two things, I go to Detroit guys. Tony Harris is also a big sports fan. We do talk about the Detroit Tigers as well as the Lions. We're looking forward to seeing what you Lions are going to be doing this year. Now that you got a new quarterback.
I actually ran into a Detroit Lions. So he said he want to start working out with me. So I might be training a Detroit Lions. So we're going to actually have him on the show. And we probably have Ben Askren on the show next week. We got to get him on the show, man, and let him, tell us what he's going to do to Jake Paul and go from there.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And if you do start training one of those Lions, let us know. Of course, we'll get him on the Sports Crib. That's all. That's also on Facebook. And like I said, look forward to some big announcements as far as the upcoming elections. And I'll talk to you next week right here on the Dawg Pound. We'll be talking about some of these big fights, and glad to see some of B. Duncan, Ohio State. Yes, sir. Columbus, Ohio. Yes, sir. Ohio in the house. See, Michigan comes to Ohio for work.
Absolutely. So, for DMX, man. Dog, that's my man's in them.
Yes.
I got that bark. Hey, I got that bark from DMX. You hear me? When you hear that, start running. Man, I hope you make it though, man.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, why don't we play the full song on the way out?
Man, hey, you got it? You got it? Let me see. Let me go ahead and get SB real quick. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get SB. I don't know where she at. Hold on. Hey, why don't you entertain our peoples real quick? Why get SB and see what we can do?
Yeah. We're so glad that we have so many subscribers right here to the Dawg Pound. We've been working very hard trying to bring you guys the very best guests as well as the latest news in boxing. K9 is getting back in the ring. He says he wants 4 more fights. Hopefully we'll also be around this year to see his son turn pro. And we appreciate your views. We appreciate you coming in to watch us every Tuesday. I would say that we are also blessed to have a very good fan base. A lot of you moved over here with us when we started streaming live. And we want you to know that we appreciate that. We appreciate the time that you donate to us. And every Tuesday, we do our best to bring you the best in guests, as well as the latest news in the sport of boxing. One of the things that I was very intrigued about, and I mentioned it many times, is this particular timing of Oscar De La Hoya coming back to the game. And I think it's really because even though we don't have an active audience, we have found that we can sell pay-per-view. Now, I think the most interesting thing is whether or not Oscar tries to outsell himself. But I think if he starts out as something maybe on a much smaller level, and maybe a $49. $39.95 ticket would appear to a lot of people. But I do think that Oscar's going to come in and try to get as much as he can for these last few fights. I think it'll be maybe a 3 or 4 fight package. I think more like a three fight package. The dog is back in the house.
Yeah. So we definitely got that song. So go ahead and get them what they need. Give them what they need.
All right, dog. I'll see you next week, man.
Hold on, we're about to get to you now, though. The song.
All right.
Here we go. Introducing my theme song. Wow.
Hey man, yeah. So good.
Yeah. I don't think we can get it clear, so we couldn't let y'all hear the whole thing. But when we can get it super clear, oh man, you got to hear it. The dog is coming. Y'all better start running. Get him. Somebody about to get knocked out. That's right. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Hey, JK, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Hey, man, listen, we'll see y'all, next Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the Dog Pile. With JK and K9.